This is the HPT.
Sit right down, put on your poker face. You with the big dogs now. Better bring your best game. Talk trash all you want. To me, it's all the same. You won't leave with much when you come in second place. And I'm the one with the stack showing 7 to the jack. Gon' cry to your mama, cause I'm sending you back. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. Last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HPT. I'm James Larson, joined by my regular co-host, Mr. Robert Williamson III, and our special co-host, the legend, Craig Casino. This week, we wrap up our event here in Vicksburg, Mississippi, at the Ameristar Casino Hotel. Robert got 7th place last week at this event. We're happy to have you back here in the broadcast booth.
Good to be back in the broadcast booth, and I'm not going to lie to you. I really wanted the $42,000 in cash and the coveted HPT title, but I got to thank my good friend Craig. I appreciate you filling in for me, but don't take my job away from me.
It was great to be here, but I'm sure all the viewers realize you've got nothing to worry about.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Let's get to the action. Let's take a look at the prize pool up top. $42,560. The minimum cash right now. 5th place money, just under $10,000. Robert Williamson III, let's take a look at the chip counts, my friend.
And Chan Pelton is building a massive chip lead right now, but Judge Leo Booth might have something to say about that.
Elby, Skylar, and Larry round out the group. We're going to find out tonight who our new HPT champion is going to be. They'll go home with the title, the cash, the bragging rights, and we're going to have a big party right here in this room. We always party down here in Mississippi. Blinds are 8,000, 16,000 with a 2K chip ante. There's Larry, the short stack. We'll see if he decides to get it in. He's going to fold his hand.
In the 300 range.
Judge Leo on the button.
Biscuit shy of 300.
Queen 10. Going to raise it up. We're going to raise to 35,000.
And I don't mind that at all. Judge does have the button. Right. It's a powerful position. It's folded around to me, and I have the button. My cards always get a little bit bigger and better.
Sure, you've only got 2 other players to consider, too, so that's why it works.
And the flop is ace, king, 9, couple of hearts.
Well, if Skylar realizes he has the best hand that's a good flop for him, he does flop second pair, but no kicker.
All right.
Skylar checks. Leo, Judge Leo's going to check. So now we go to the turn card. It's another 9 and another heart, the 9 of hearts.
That gives Skylar a flush draw. Leo still with a gut shot straight draw needs a jack.
Skylar checks, as does the judge. The river card is the 7 of clubs. Skylar now going to bet 40,000 chips. That should be enough to get Leo to exit this hand, Craig Casino.
Yeah, I would say so. After the check by the judge, pretty sure that if the judge had an ace, he would have put in a bet on the last hand. So.
Oh, the judge decides to make a hero call.
Oh, that is a.
You know, he could have showed his hand if he folded. He didn't have to make the call.
You know what, though? To the judge's credit here, with the board paired and ace-king out there, there was the way the hand played out with the check earlier. It was a great call. I mean, it could have been a great call.
Is there showdown value with the queen 10, Robert?
You know, in that particular spot, I don't like the call, but sometimes those hero calls work, and when they do, you know, you can really crush your opponent's ego.
Well, I'm a crazy aggressive player, you know that.
He is crazy. I can tell you that right now. James Larson, Craig Casino, and Robert Williamson III. Well, Leo picks up a real hand this time, pocket queens.
That's 30.
Well, the nice part about playing a lot of hands is when you get a big hand like this, you might just get paid off.
So the raise is the 35,000. Chan gets out of the way. Now over to Skylar. Skylar just won a tournament last month, took home just over 77,000, so he's running well. He's going to get out of the way. Now over to Elby, who was very quiet on last week's episode. He folds.
Look at Larry. Who woke up Larry there?
You know what's
That's
really
a great play. I love this.
What's a little confusing
It
to
is,
me.
it is.
Like,
It's fun, though.
Is this what Larry's been waiting for? The deuce 4 offsuit?
He's defending his big blind. We got to give him, you know, that. 4 deuce, the big blind special, and the flop 7-5-4. He gets a little bit of that, but not enough.
That's the problem with this hand. You know, now you'll never really know where you're at. He flops bottom pair. This could cost him a little bit of money.
Now he's got to remember, of course, that Leo opened this pot, so he's reaching for chips. He's betting 50,000.
And Leo did open in first position, even though there's only 5 players. So
And an all-in from the judge.
And now Judge Leo is all in. So this will be all of Larry's chips if he decides to make this call. And guys, does he have, is he pretty much pot committed at this point?
Personally, I would not feel pot committed, but I have a bad feeling for Larry. He might think he is.
I think if he would have felt like he was, he would have shoved in the first place when he hit that flop with the 4 and just hoped that Judge Leo had ace king or some similar hand like that.
When Larry's not playing poker, he's got a farm, does some ranching. Said he had lots of luck to get to this final table, but not on this hand. He's going to fold, and Judge Leo's going to win the hand, and once again, he shows his hand.
Well, he showed
he only showed one card. He's getting better. We'll have more action coming up right after this. You're watching the HPT. From the banks of the Mississippi River at the Ameristar Hotel and Casino in Vicksburg, Mississippi, this is the HPT. Chip counts, Robert. Chan Pelton up top.
He sure is. Judge Leo Booth shortly behind, but still fighting the good battle.
Blinds are still 8,000 and 16,000. James Larson is my name. I'm joined in the booth. It's a three-man booth. We've got Robert Williamson III and Craig Casino. Now, of course, you finished 7th in this event. Congratulations, Robert. You finally made a final table, and you got enough to cover our bar tab tonight, my pal.
Barely.
All right, the action continues. Our quest tonight is to crown an HPT champion. We will do that right here on national television. Over to LB.
Speaking of HPT, this is the HPT special, the King Queen of Clubs. I've never seen a hand played so often.
Raises to 36,000. Craig, you've been watching this show, playing this this tour. People love the King Queen.
Yeah, and you really love it when you're on the button in this situation. So it's not a bad hand to look down and see. And it's more of a hand than his opponents are going to think that he may have in this spot. He could have 7-8 just as easily as King Queen here.
Small blind gets out of the way. Leo makes the call in the big. We go to the flop. It's 8-7 tray. Couple of clubs. Pretty good flop there for LB.
It's funny you mentioned the 7-8 because right now they would both be really happy if either one of them had that hand.
Judge Leo checks, and LB's going to check. Thought I might see a bet there. He's going to see a free card.
Yeah, he flopped a flush draw and 2 overs to the board. I'm going to be a little more aggressive right there. I'm going to lead at that pot. How about you, Craig?
I think so too, and that 10 gives Leo a bunch of outs here.
10 of hearts comes on the turn. Leo's going to bet out with his open-ended straight draw. Here he bets 75,000.
Leo definitely thinks he has the best draw, but really, Albie's got a much better draw and the best hand right now.
Leo doesn't want to see the 6 of clubs or the jack of clubs, let me tell you that. It's neither card, it's the 9 of spades.
Damn.
Does put 4 to a straight on the board.
He does check, actions over to LB.
So Leo checks, and now LB's reaching for chips. He's going to bet 150,000.
Well, it's interesting that he decided to bluff when he finally missed his draw, but you know what? I think he might be able to get away with this.
Yeah.
This is a really tough spot for Judge Leo. I don't know if I can make that call myself. I don't think I can. With 4 to a straight on the board, I got to lay this down.
All right, take her down.
And the judge lays it down.
The judge folds, and LB bluffs his way to a 390,000 chip pot with a little smirk there as he puts his chips back. And we caught up with Judge Leo before play started, and we asked him if he was going to shift gears today, and here's what he had to say.
I'm going to have to be kind of innovative, and I got like 3 aggressive players to my immediate left with big stacks. I don't know if you know much about poker, but that can be an opportunity or it can be disaster, depending on how you adjust to it.
No, never truer words spoken, Judge. He's right. He's got some aggressive players on his left and some big stacks to deal with, but looks like he's holding his own right now.
Judge Leo Booth recently retired this year. He now practices law on the side. His DA used to call him Judge Leo Booth. Now he calls him Citizen Leo Booth. I like that. I should live down here in Mississippi. I love these guys.
It's funny you mentioned that, James, but my uncle actually lives right here in Vicksburg. My Uncle Ben.
Well, we'll get back to your uncle as much as I want to talk about your family. Larry here is all in with the HPT special, the King Queen. The short stack's got all his chips in the middle.
And with his stack size, really, he has no move except to push all in right here.
Can't believe I'm throwing his hand away.
Chan's going to snap call this.
Oh, yeah. Ace-Jack suited, yeah. An easy call for Chan for sure.
Judge Leo gets out of the way. Chan makes the call with his ace-jack. So Larry at risk here. His hand's going to have to improve or he will be exiting in 5th place.
Well, the good news for Larry is he has 2 live cards. He is behind, but he does have 2 live cards.
We go to the flop, and the flop is...
Well, he's going to like that flop so far.
The flop is a couple of 10s and a queen.
Well, he's going to like this so far.
Chan needs a king for Broadway.
9 of clubs.
Or an ace will put him in front as well.
Larry all in for his tournament life.
I know.
Chan calling for cards. He wants Larry to pair his king here. Like you guys said, that'll make him Broadway, and he'll win this hand. We go to the turn card now. It's now the 9 of clubs.
Whoa, that opens up things a little more interesting. Gives them an open and straight draw for Chan, as well as the nut flush draw.
A pot of 462,000 chips, and most importantly, Larry's life at this tournament table, and the king of spades comes on the river, and just like that, Chan makes Broadway, eliminating Larry in 5th place.
Can be a brutal game sometimes.
Larry shakes the hands of his opponents.
Well, Larry seems to be handling that defeat very well. Good show of sportsmanship.
Well, ace and jack, I have the same hand you have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not suited, but.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And you know, if you and I had side action, I guess we wouldn't have, that board didn't get forwarded enough.
And while Chan gets more information from the judge, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with more HPT in Vicksburg, Mississippi right after this. We're back at the beautiful Ameristar Casino Hotel right here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Down to our final 4 players, and leading the pack is Chan Pelton.
Not only leading the pack, he's double what everybody else has altogether.
I have a question for you, though, Robert. If you had a choice, if those 3 stacks could go combine into 1 stack, would you rather play heads up against Chan for with 1.5 each, or would you rather have it the way it is?
I'd rather just try to pick them off one at a time and increase my stack size so then I could tackle Chan.
Chan basically he has half the chips in play, with the others pretty much equally divided. And now Skylar, who's got pocket jacks, is going to raise to 36,000. He came to this final table as our chip leader. Action over to LB. Looks down at 5-4 of hearts on the button. And LB looks like he's going to make this call with 5-4.
I'm seeing it more and more today than I ever did it before, James. It's called defend your button. It used to be defend your big blind, but these days it's protect your button.
So true. That is so true. It's James Larson alongside Robert Williamson III and Craig Casino. Chan is going to make the call and defend from the big blind with his ace-2. We go to the flop. It's king, 9-6, couple of spades.
Well, that flop missed everybody by about as much as it could.
Yeah, but to the aggressor goes the spoils. You know, first one that swings at this has a pretty good shot.
I wouldn't know anything about that aggressor stuff, so you'll have to explain that to me a little, Robert.
All 3 players checking that king 9-6 flop. We go to the turn. It's another 9. This time the 9 of diamonds.
Well, now if I'm holding these 2 jacks, I feel a little more confident. That seems like a hold'em card. Like maybe I could have the best hand with 2 jacks.
And now Chan is going to bet 33,000 as he takes a drink out of that huge bottle of water that he has at the table.
I'm surprised Chan's given his opponents 5-1 odds with 2 spades out on that board. That's a pretty cheap call if somebody's sitting there with 2 spades.
Skylar makes the call. LB gets out of the way.
You got it. For now.
For now, he says.
For now.
I like this Chan guy. 7 of clubs on the river. Now, what do you want Chan to bet here?
You know, honestly, he's got 2 choices, and he just took the one I would have taken. I'd have checked and just give it up. I mean, sometimes you just got to know when to say when.
He didn't get enough information on his last bet, though. If he'd have bet more, he'd know for sure. But now a check raise would be nice here, but I don't think we're going to see that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it takes a lot of bravado to make those kind of plays, Craig. You sound like you've done that once or twice before.
I saw somebody else do it on TV once, so.
Chan is going to fold the hand. Skylar is going to win. And we asked Skylar what his strategy would be coming into the day, and here's what he had to say.
Kind of depends. I mean, I never go into these things. I mean, if you final tables before, and I never go in with a set in stone strategy because I think that's how you get in trouble, like not being able to adjust to what everyone else is doing. Because I feel like other people may adjust their play. You know, we're on TV; they don't want to look stupid on TV. Like, so I'm just gonna kind of feel it out, wait it out a little bit. I got plenty of chips to where I don't have to get super aggressive, but I can put pressure on small stacks. You know, just kind of see what happens.
He doesn't want to look stupid on TV. Did you hear that, Robert? You never want to look stupid on TV. Blinds are still 8,000 and 16,000. That last hand, we saw the first chink in Chan's armor as he lost that hand to Skylar. Skylar hoping to run it up here and become an HPT champion. LB here with Jack 10.
And he decides to open the pot with the raise.
A lot of players like playing the Jack 10, suited or unsuited.
Well, you can make a lot of straights with that type of a hand.
Yeah, they seem to always be the nuts when you make the straight, too. Yeah. Ever notice that? Now Chan wakes up with pocket kings. He's loving life here.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Chan's played so many hands, it's hard to put him on a hand. And when you wake up with a big hand after playing a lot of hands, what happens, Craig?
Doesn't work out too well.
Not for the people against you, but it works out real well if your name is Chan.
Yep.
Chan's going to re-raise to 82,000. Action back to LB. We'll see if he can make this call. A lot of gamble down here in Mississippi. I love it. I love the spirit, and I love being down in these parts. Flop. Ace, 8, Trey. It's a rainbow.
Well, when you have two kings, this is one flop you don't want to see. Any flop containing an ace.
Chan's going to check his kings.
Yeah, I suspect, though, we're going to see a check call. He's just trying to limit the size of the pot, kind of pot control.
Strong move by LB there, but you have to get information.
So 90,000 for Chan to make this call. I can't see him laying down pocket kings here, guys.
Most of the time when you check to your opponent in this position, you're going to get a bet, so you have to be willing to check call.
Whoa, Chan's folding.
Flop a set. I thought you don't call. Oh, you flop a set?
Set 8.
That's what
I'll
I
give you
thought
20. I'll give you 50.
Wait a second. I thought I saw Jack 10 offsuit, Craig.
That's what I saw.
The second these cards hit the muck, they get bigger and bigger. His hands seem to grow.
LB told him he flopped a set of 8s. What's going on here, guys?
I don't know. And then Chan offers him $50 to show, and he says, well, I don't show my hands. But you'll tell him you had the 8s, you won't show him.
We'll be back to see if LB's misinformation will throw off Chan right after these words. Welcome back to the HPT. The story of the night has been Chan Pelton.
Chan is running right over this table and extracting all kinds of information from the other players.
The other players are starting to realize that, and they're going to fight back. It's still anybody's poker game.
He's right about that. Let's get back to the action. Let's take a look at the cash up top. $42,560. Chip counts, Robert. Chan still leading the way.
He sure is, and I'll tell you what, LB's going to have to make a move soon. He's our short stack now.
Judge Leo in second. Skylar, your final 4. Tonight we will crown a champion. They'll go home with the cash, the bracelet, the bragging rights. Robert, you were at this table. How does it feel to be watching these fellas play with your chips?
Well, that's a little cold. It's getting cold in here.
Blinds are 10,000, 20,000 with a 3K ante. Skylar's going to raise to 45,000 with his ace-9.
And once again, any ace when you're playing four-handed is a pretty strong hand.
It's the one chip call.
What's the feeling, Craig, when you get down to the final 4? I mean, you're so close you can almost taste it.
Yeah, it's just every hand, one hand at a time. You know, you don't want to think too far ahead.
And the flop is King, Queen, 4, couple of clubs. Good flop there for Chan. Both players check. We go to the turn card now.
When did you go to acting school?
Chan says, where did you go to acting school? I like that. Turn card is the 4 of diamonds.
Well, all trappers don't wear fur. Chan's trying to trap them up here.
Check, check again, and the 10 of spades hits the river. I expect a bet out of Chan here, I hope.
Oh, he's got a bet. He's got a value bet and see if he can get paid off. Skylar does have the nut, no pair. This is sometimes against an opponent like Chan, you have to make these hero calls.
And that's a call.
3 pair.
2-hand, please.
3 pair. Wait a minute. You only get to play 2 cards. 2 pair.
Kings, 10s, and 4s. That's 3 pair.
Well, technically speaking,
That's how we count down here in Mississippi.
Yeah, I think Chan set him up with that comment about acting school. He's trying to make it look like he didn't really believe that he would have much of a hand, knowing that he's got a good hand.
Well, we're still 4-handed here, and the story has been Chan all night long. He has flummoxed the entire table. It's a big word for me.
I was going to say.
Chan has been the story. He's the chip leader. We'll see if he can wrap things up right here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Top prize just over $42,000. Action is folded at Chan. He looks down at 9-4 on the button.
Well, he's got the San Francisco special, 49ers.
He's in a good spot right now. It's just things are going well. He's happy. He's smiling. The players like him. That's the other thing. He's running over the table, but everybody likes him at the table.
Nor normally they're not going to like you if you've just been winning every pot.
Flop is ace-8 tray, couple of diamonds.
Well, LB flops top pair. Nothing for Chan, but he's going to continue the ruse.
Absolutely. He's going to bet 55,000, but LB's not going anywhere. Turn card now is the Jack of Spades.
And no help for either player.
Now, that ace-6 is sometimes hard to play, isn't it, guys?
You know, the bottom line for me is all about pot control there. I'm trying to keep that pot kind of smallish because you don't want to make big calls with ace and weak kickers.
Yeah, I agree. And with just two players in the mix, the ace-6 is a little scary, but still you have to go with it.
Well, right there, I think I'm on a value bet instead of that check that LB just made. It wouldn't have mattered. I don't think he's going to get paid off anyway, but...
yeah, Chan kind of had a defeated look on his face through that hand a little bit, too. So
checks all the way down, and the winner of the hand will be LB. This is LB Tyson's first HPT event. He's a contract welder. He's from Mississippi, lives pretty close. He just wanted to come out, check out the action. Another success story, got into this event for a $375 qualifier.
And he's actually a cash game specialist. I can tell you that for sure because, unfortunately, he's taking some of my money on the cash games, too, this week.
Leo's going to make the call with his ace-queen. And Chan in the big blind is going to go ahead and check his options. So small blind, big blind.
Wow.
Look at this flop. Ace, tray, deuce, couple
Danger,
of clubs.
Will Robinson, danger!
And I like Leo's call there. He really disguised his hand, but he's going to get swallowed up here unless a queen shows up.
So now Chan is going to raise it to $125,000, and this could be everything for Leo here. He could get all his chips in the middle and be out of this tournament.
Yeah, I don't see how Leo can get away from this hand. If I'm Leo, I'm going to go broke right here, unless, obviously, unless he gets lucky.
So I owe 75 more. Shit, I'm going to go all in.
Right
and
there,
instant
all
call,
in,
a
all
snap
in.
call. Leo thought he had him right where he wanted him, but Chan flopped 2 pair. Bad news for Judge Leo.
Well, even before Chan turned his 2 pair over, Judge says, I'm out of here. That doesn't sound kind of like a little bit of a defeated statement.
Yeah, and it's unreal how often that comes true when you feel that way. Sometimes you just feel they're coming and they do, and sometimes you just know that they're not.
Oh, wow.
Wow, just like that. The 3 of hearts comes on the turn. A full house now for Chan.
An ace could split this pot, but other than that, Leo's going to be out of here.
Yeah, he's not quite drawing dead, but it's pretty darn close here, guys.
There's 1 ace left in that deck.
And it's the 2 of diamonds, so that is going to do it for Judge Leo. He's going to leave us in 4th place. He's going to take home just under $13,000. It was a pleasure to have him here at this nationally televised final table. And when we come back, we'll have more exciting action. Welcome back to the HPT. Chip counts. Chan Pelton still leading the pack by a lot.
I'll tell you what, he is dominating this final table, but LB and Skylar might have a little something to say about that.
When you get a good player who's also starting to get good cards, it's a hard combination to overcome, that's for sure.
James Larson is my name in the broadcast booth with Robert Williamson III and Craig Casino. We call Craig Mr. HPT, all-time leading casher. You've got all the stats, Craig. Your resume is unbelievable here on the HPT.
And what a great last name as well, I have to say. I mean, with all your success, Casino seems like an appropriate last name for you to have.
I can't take much credit for it. I was sort of born with that, so it has been fun, though.
So it goes limp pot here, no option on the big blind. So all 3 players seeing a flop here. It comes out king, 8, tray, couple of spades.
Middle pair for LB. Bottom pair for Chan.
What's he got in that water bottle? Could be anything in there. Turn card is the 6 of diamonds.
Well, that has to be a pretty safe-looking card for LB, but Skylar picks up the 6 to make a pair.
The bet is $28,000 by Skylar. With 2 flush draws out there, I would have had to have bet more than $28,000 in that spot, though. You're giving your opponents almost 4-1 to make that call.
So LB makes the call. Chan gets out of the way, heads up to the river now. It's the 7 of clubs.
Well, I can tell you right now, if I'm the one with this 8-9, that feels like a hold'em card there. It feels like I still got the best hand. And LB turns it over, and he's going to see that he does indeed have the best hand.
Goes check, check. LB's going to win that hand. Skylar with a little bit of a smile there. And guys, talk about first, second, and third. Obviously, there's a lot of money on the line. Even if you're not going to win this thing, going from third to second, there's a whole lot of cash.
Yeah, and sometimes you do have to move up the pay scale. Unfortunately, tonight, my strategy was win it all or go out early, and someday chicken, someday feathers, and I'm choking on a lot of feathers.
Skylar makes the call. Action over to LB. He's going to make the call. Chan's going to check his option. The flop is Jack 6 deuce, couple of diamonds.
Well, top pair for LB. He's got to like this flop.
The bet is $25,000 by LB.
Well, Chan did get a little piece of this, flopping bottom pair.
He's sitting there saying in his head, king deuce, king deuce, king deuce. Doesn't see that.
Skylar's going to get out of the way.
Oh,
the turn card now is the king of hearts, just what the doctor ordered. For Chan, anyway.
I think LB's going to have a hard time thinking that he doesn't have the best hand. King came on the turn. I wouldn't be too scared of it, but as we can see, it hit Chan squarely.
LB bets $55,000, and now Chan is going to raise to $165,000.
Which is where Chan's wild play kind of, not wild play, but his aggressive play kind of comes into play here because LB's not going to believe him, most likely.
Yeah, I'm kind of like what you're saying here too. I probably make this call as well, and obviously we can see he's dead to a jack on this river.
Players that are always afraid of an overcard to their pair showing up, they don't have much of a chance. Now he's got more of an excuse to get away if he wants to, with 2 overcards to the jack.
River card is the queen of hearts. LB's going to check over to Chan.
Now Chan's got to bet the exact right amount, and I'm going to say a little less than half the pot because I don't think LB can call much else.
I would say 230. Which is a little less than half. Well, I guess it's right at half.
He's reaching for chips.
What's the magic number? What's the payoff number? I know if anybody can find it, it's probably Chan Pelton.
231. That's a little odd.
Where did the 1 come from? He made a mistake. I said 230.
Yeah, why 231, Robert?
You know, a lot of times players like to put in that extra chip, and wow, LB does make the call.
Chan shows king deuce for 2 pair. King of spades deuce.
Get out on me.
Diamonds.
How much?
231.
How much?
231.
Yeah, you hit out, didn't you?
Chan's reputation gets him paid.
That's so true. Never truer words heard.
And guys, let's just be honest. Chan's playing great poker, but he's having a great day. Just everything's kind of going his way. He's catching cards when he needs to and maximizing every opportunity. That's so important in poker.
I mean, it could be a factor. He's my fellow Texan. I mean, Texans are lucky overall. We're just lucky guys.
All right, Skylar is all in with his queen 6 on the button. Over to Chan now with pocket 9s, my favorite pocket pair, 2 black 9s.
Yeah, and an easy call for Chan in this particular spot. Skylar's not going to like what he sees, but he does still have an overcard on those pair of 9s.
Skylar at risk his tournament life here. The chip leader up against Chan. The flop is King Jack 10.
Not a bad flop for Queen 6 in that spot. He's got to open in straight draw. But a queen does not help him any longer. He needs an ace or a 9.
Just missed.
Close but no cigar.
8 of hearts on the turn.
Well, only an ace or a 9 can save Skylar's day.
We go to that river card as Skylar stands up. This could be it for him. A pot of over 500,000 chips. It's the tray of diamonds, and that is going to do it. Chan eliminates Skylar. He'll go out in 3rd place, but a nice payday, $17,611 for his top 3 finish. When we return, it will be heads-up poker between Chan and LB for the HPT title, just over $42,000, and the HPT bracelet. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the HPT. It's now time for Heads Up Poker.
Chan's got a 10-1 chip lead, but as we know, things can change quickly in Heads Up Poker.
We've seen it before, gentlemen. 2 double ups in a row by LB, and it's a whole new ballgame.
Heads up for the title, poker professional Chan taking on local amateur LB. Let's get to the action. Like we said, 2 players remain up top, $42,560. Second place money, $26,417. Chip counts a little lopsided there, Robbie.
I'll tell you what, Chan Pelton, 10-1 chip lead.
I've seen players come back from being down 19-1 though before, so it is possible. LB's just got to find the right hand and go with it.
Chan with just 92% of the chips in play as we broadcast from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Right there is the HPT bracelet. That'll go to the winner, as well as over $42,000 in cash and an entry into the HPT Championship. So, fellas, we're playing for something today.
And the bragging rights. Let's don't forget, once you're an HPT champion, you're an HPT champion for life.
Blinds are 10-20 with a $3K ante. James, Craig, and Robert broadcasting here from Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Well, once again, heads-up poker. Any ace is a really strong hand, but Chan's continuing his aggression and opens the pot up with a raise with Queen 8 of clubs.
Yeah, if I'm LB, I'm shoving on that with that ace, ace or king. I'm gonna wake Chan up a little bit and let him know I'm there to play.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with that.
Flop is Jack 9-4. It goes check, check. Turn card now is the king of clubs.
Well, that's a big card for Chan's hand. Now he not only has a gut shot straight draw, but he's picked up a club draw as well.
Goes check, check, and now we go to the river. It's the
There
9
it
of
is.
clubs.
Flush for Chan.
Well, Chan's played this hand to a certain degree. I think he's going to get paid off here. I mean, ace-high could be the best hand because he's checked. It doesn't look like that Chan would check a big draw.
Yeah, the way the betting went, it's entirely possible LB calls with that ace. But to me, if you're going to call with an ace here, then the move would have been to shove with the ace in the beginning before the cards hit the board.
Yeah, once again, I agree with you completely. He should have shoved pre-flop. But now, I don't mind a hero call here. It feels like the ace could be the best hand.
And LB's going to make the call, and he's going to see the bad news. Chan smiles a little bit, and he shows the ace. LB does. Chan is going to win the hand, the first hand of heads up here. And again, everything is just going the way of Chan this tournament.
They should check the water and see what Chan put in it, because all these players are just more than happy to show Chan what they have.
Action on Chan. Another great hand here. Heads up. Ace queen.
Wow.
I mean, this could be over rather quickly if these cards continue to hit Chan like they have been. He's going to raise to $55,000. Chan does. LB comes along and makes the call with 8-4 of diamonds. Heads up poker is so much fun to watch. Ace, queen, 5, couple of diamonds.
Well, this is one of those hands. LB flops a flush draw. Chan top 2 pair.
LB made the proper play there. I mean, that's what all you can hope for with an 8-4 diamonds.
All in and a snap call. So right now, Chan in the lead, looking to be our new HPT champion, but he's got to dodge the diamonds or running cards here. And the turn card is the 6 of diamonds, and LB makes his flush.
No waiting, no waiting. That's the way you like to have it when you're in LB's seat.
LB's still going to dodge a diamond, an ace, and a queen.
It's the deuce of spades on the river, and LB is going to win the hand. He's going to double up, and guys, that's a start for him at least. He's still dominated here. Chan still got the huge chip lead, but it always starts with one double up. A chip and a chair, my friends. Chan's going to make the call with his king 7. LB looks down at ace 9. I mean, that's shovable cards right there. He's just going to raise to $60,000.
Yeah, you got to put Chan on his heels. I mean, anytime you get a chance to come after him, you just have to do it, especially if you have the cards to back it up.
These guys are having fun, though. They want to hang around. They're playing on national TV. The flop is ace, 8, 6, couple of spades, and there we hear LB's all in.
And a little something for both players. Chan flopping a flush draw, LB with top pair. But it's LB who has his tournament life at risk.
And Chan makes the call. So king 7, the flush draw, going up against the ace 9. LB's in the lead with his aces. Turn card now is the jack of diamonds.
Well, only a spade can eliminate LB. Otherwise, he's going to get another double up.
A pot of over 420,000 chips. Chan trying to win his first HPT title. We go to the river card. It's the queen of diamonds. So once again, LB staves off elimination and takes down another pot. Can LB beat the odds and come back on Chan? Come right back to the HPT to find out. We're back at the Ameristar in Vicksburg, Mississippi, where Chan Pelton still holds a healthy lead, but LB Tyson has begun a little bit of a comeback.
Well, look at it this way, James. 2 more double-ups by LB, and he'll be the chip leader.
So Chan Pelton had 92% of the chips. Now he only has 83% of the chips. Still a very healthy lead, but anything can happen, guys. You know that. It's the HPT, and we're giving out cash. Blinds are $12,000, $24,000 with a $3K ante. I'm James Larson. He's Robert Williamson, the third man in the booth. Craig, the legend, Casino. Action on Chan.
I love 7-9 of clubs. I don't know what it is about that hand, but I just love it.
I like to call it 9-7, but I like the hand too because it's somewhat of a connector there. It's suited in clubs. Bad news is for Chan, LB's got higher clubs with A6, and I think he's going to raise it up. No, he's just going to make the call. I would have raised there, wouldn't you guys have?
Absolutely.
With the ace, we're heads up.
When you have an ace, a lot of times you got to make that re-raise pre-flop.
The flop is ace 9-6, and he might have got Chan to come along for the ride, and now it's going to be a little difficult. But Chan did pair his 9. Both players check. Turn card now, the deuce of hearts.
A little surprised to see that check behind LB there from Chan, which was a very smart check, as it turns out.
LB bets 50,000.
Chan's putting in chips to the pot, and he's dead to a 9.
Pot of over 200,000 chips. We now go to the river card, and the river card is the 8 of clubs. So LB, as you can see by the percentages, 75,000 and a call.
A quick call from Chan, and I don't blame Chan there. I might have made that call myself. What about you, Craig?
Yeah, I think I would have, without question, actually.
LB wins that hand, and the action continues here from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. So glad you joined us tonight right here on the HPT. One of these players will go home with the bracelet, the bragging rights, and just over $42,000 in cash. LB hanging around with 6-5 is going to make the call. Now action over to Chan. He's going to check his option. If you're Chan here, wouldn't you be a little more aggressive, raising your big blind, raising everything?
Yeah, well, raising your button a lot of times in heads-up poker is a very smart strategy.
Flop is king 4 deuce, rainbow.
A gut shot for LB, but Chan decides to lead out at this pot.
Chan bets 34,000. Action over to LB. LB with just a gut shot here. The bet is 34,000. LB makes the call. Go to the turn card. It's the 8 of spades.
Well, actually, that does help LB's hand a little bit. Gives him 2 gut shots, straight draws now. A 3 or a 7 will complete a straight. But it also gave Chan second pair. So instead of a bluff bet here, he's actually betting a value bet with the best hand.
Chan bets 72,000. And look at this. LB, I think, is going to make the call. He does just that. He's going to make the call. Pot of over 300,000 chips.
Again, he's giving him 4-1. You know, to make that call for that double gutter, you might as well put the chips out there.
And the river card is the tray of spades. Just like that, LB makes his straight.
Well, the only saving grace for Chan might be the fact that does put 3 to a flush on the board. He might not get too damaged here. If I'm LB, though, I still think I'm going to have to shove right here, even though it's a spade.
Chan is reaching for chips. It's a bet of 115,000.
I'm all in.
And LB says,
LB agrees.
I'm all in.
He is. The only problem with the shove here, though, too, I agreed with you initially when you said it, was that the fact that he's only going to get called by a better hand.
That's the only problem.
Only negative,
Yeah,
and, it's unlikely Chan wakes up and hits a flush.
Look at this. He did.
He makes the call.
Actually
Gonna
got
make the
paid
call.
off.
Yeah. Wow.
Unbelievable.
That was a hero call.
And just like that, LB's now over 1 million in chips.
Isn't that amazing how that happens?
Unbelievable. So Chan's got to reevaluate things now. He was cooking right along, and he's got to regroup here and try to finish this guy off. He just keeps hanging around.
He's definitely having to do a little backpedaling now.
A much more somber Chan looks down at 4 tray of hearts and raises to 63,000. Now over to LB. He's going to make the call. Everything going LB's way right now, crawling himself right back into contention here. He's not going down without a fight. We go to the flop. It's 10-5 tray, couple of spades.
Well, a flush draw for LB and bottom pair for Chan.
LB's going to check over to Chan. Chan reaching for chips. And he's going to make a bet of 66,000.
It'd be tough for LB to get away from this hand. I think I'd probably move all in right here.
Yeah, there's two ways of looking at it. You can either put out a healthy raise and hope to take it down right there, or just call and look to see the next card.
And he's just going to make the call. Chan just looks a little tilted over there, but still the chip leader, still in control here at this final table. Ace of hearts as we're heads up for the title.
That's actually a big card for Chan's hand. It gives him a gut shot straight draw and a flush draw, as well as he has the best hand right now.
Yep.
Don't forget the straight flush draw, just for good measure, if the 2 of hearts shows up.
That's right, the steel wheel.
The steel wheel, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the HPT.
Who's the professional in the booth here?
Exactly.
Anyway? You know,
exactly.
James Larson coming up with
not
that.
just a pretty face anymore.
Robert and I really knew that was the case. We just wanted to see if you would catch it.
The bet is 180,000, and LB makes the call.
Of course, LB with a flush draw and a straight draw also makes a good call.
And now we go to the river card. It's the 6 of hearts, so Chan makes his flush.
Yeah, you know, I just don't know what bet size he can get paid off. He's going to have to make it a small one, 200,000 to 300,000. And LB insta folds. Of course, he can't call with 9 high.
Gets his cards into the muck before the bet can even be completed. So finally some good news for Chan, and I think he needed that just for his morale, because things were really going the opposite direction of where he wants them to be going.
I don't know what's going to
happen. And now things are looking up.
I just think we're going to be all in.
Chan just made a prediction. We're going to be all in this hand, he says. We'll see.
King 5 there for LB. LB Tyson, a contract welder from right here in Mississippi, his first HPT event. Love seeing players play their first event, make it to the final table, and who knows, he could actually take this thing down. Chan is going to check his option.
Again.
I decided to
check
try
in
to
dark.
outflop him instead of, checking dark. Oh, he's getting trickier and trickier. Look at this flop.
Well, that's very likely the all-in that he was talking about as this hand progresses here.
And Chan flops 3 6s. LB catching the 5.
Just a call. I like that. Just a call. King of clubs on the turn.
Oh,
all
an
in and a
instant
snap,
all
ladies and
in.
gentlemen. And Chan slams his chips down. He knows he's about to be our next HPT champion, but there's one card to go.
A king can save him now.
And the river card is the 9 of hearts. And Robert, we've got a brand new champion. Chan Pelton is going to go home with the bracelet, the title, and just over 42,000 in cash. But not for nothing, LB Tyson, he played great, represented, almost made a comeback. He's going to go home second place with $26,417.
Well, that's a pretty good consolation prize, James. That'll make him feel a little bit better tomorrow. Today, he's still probably not going to like the fact that he got second place.
Wait, what? I made hearts and went running hearts.
Yeah,
I had a pair, gut shot hearts.
Thank you.
So Chan Pelton is our new HPT champion, but guys, LB Tyson really gave him a run for his money. He's down with Tatiana right now.
You fought really hard in this heads-up match.
Yeah, I was 12-1 behind. You know, I stayed in it a long time, short stack. You know, I tried to grind, so.
Thanks so much, Tatiana.
I had a chance to play with LB Tyson. Let me tell you, he's a gentleman and a great poker player.
But the star tonight is Chan Pelton. He's our champion. It's time for his interview with Tatiana.
Can you lead me through the final table a little bit?
Kind of started in the top 3 in chips. We lost 2 people really fast, and then kind of slowed down pace. And then I knocked out, I guess, 3 of the last 4 people kind of as we went along. And we played 5-handed forever and ever, 4-handed for a while, and then heads up.
Going into heads up with a 12-1 advantage, did you think it's going to last this long?
No, I did not.
But somehow it did.
Yeah, he made a flush. I missed a flush. He made some higher pairs and went back and forth.
I feel like you'd have a lot of swings because we lost a few players, then we played for hours, then you knock a bunch of people out. Was it all calm in your head?
I mean, obviously, when you knock out some players and win some big pots, it helps when everybody else gets a little shorter and you get some more chips. So it definitely helped knocking people out.
What's your plan with the money?
Oh, put it in the bank. Don't touch it.
Awesome. I would be shopping already. All right. Well, hopefully we will see you at the next HPT or somewhere down the road.
More than likely.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations
I
one
sure
more
do
time.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
What an awesome week it was here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. A couple of milestones. Robert Williamson III finally makes an HPT final table, and Craig, the Legend Casino, gets to call his first final table.
Well, it was a great opportunity. I appreciate the HPT having me out, you guys accepting me so nicely. And I would encourage the players at home to come out and play an HPT. You might be standing here next time.
And Robert, not for nothing, you're going home with over $6,000.
Seventh place wasn't what I came here for. I'll be back to get the title next time.
So glad you tuned in, and we'll see you next time right here on the HPT.